Hello, people. What is going on? This is your boy Oga Kwame. We are back with another edition of the Footy Fantasy Pod, the call-in show where you can, where we talk about football. And listen, there are man already waiting. People are already waiting. People are already waiting to talk. But with me here, I have Ovi. Ovi, how you doing, bro? What's going on?
I'm doing very well. I'm very happy. It's been a good week and a good weekend, so I can't complain. Glad to be back. It's been a while.
It has been a while. It has been a while. I don't know. Was that the last time you were on where you were confident that Arsenal was going to win the league or
I think,
something?
I think
Anyway, it's a new season, right? And the hope is renewed.
new
But
season,
bro,
new hope. Yeah.
what you guys did to my hope today? Nah, bro. My hope is in flames. But before we proceed, guys, follow us on YouTube. We're at Footy Fantasy. On Twitter, we are at Footy AD Fantasy, and on Instagram, we're at Fantasy Footy. If you do like the content, please go ahead and hit a like button, share the content, and subscribe to the channel. If you are new, bruv, the chat is jumping off. People are coming for me. But let's just go straight in. Let's go straight into what we have to talk about. Ovi, just quick rundown of the Arsenal Manchester United game. We have people waiting. We have people waiting to to call in and have their say. But Ovi, I want to give you the opportunity to just just give us your quick analysis and your observations and your feelings about today's game.
Yeah. I mean, first of all, you know how they say this is a tale of two halves. This is not one of those games. This is a game. Today was a game of fine margins. It's as simple as that because Arsenal, I mean, of course, the home side are dominating possession and all that, having all the chances, having all the corners. But at the end of the day, they could easily have lost this game. But the metal they showed to hang in there when it looked like disaster was about to show face and then come back and win comfortably.
Mhm.
That just shows that maybe we're up to good.
I don't I don't know about the comfortable win, but go ahead. I don't know about
So,
comfortably because that third goal.
at the
I
end of
mean,
the day, the score says 3-1. That's comfortable enough.
Ov. I mean that third goal came as a result of
I know, I know, I
Go
know.
ahead.
I'm
Go
just
ahead.
saying
I'm not
that.
going to interrupt. Go
I
ahead.
know we understand. But what I'm saying, like, it's just a game of fine margins, and today is one of those days
Yeah.
where trophies are won by moments. You want to win those moments as many as possible, and then if you keep the more of those moments you win, the more likely that good things are coming. So that's why
Yeah.
it's going to win those moments, and then let's see how it goes from there.
Yeah.
So
Did you coming into this game? Were you because remember before this game, you man had you had a disappointing draw last weekend
yes,
at the Emirates against
yeah,
Fulham. How
yeah.
did that play into your confidence coming into this game?
For me, I was a little worried because I was still chatting with Ayo a few days ago, and I was like, I'm never confident against Man U. It doesn't matter how depleted Man U is. I'm just
Right.
never confident because I've seen bad things happen to Arsenal when they are supposed to win games against Man U.
Yeah.
But when once the game kicks in, you feel like, you know what, it's looking good and all that. So it was looking like it was going to be a draw. But when I saw that Garnacho was scoring, was about to score, scored, I was like, no, this is not happening. This is not happening. But
Yeah.
luckily for us, it was offside, and then they went on to win. But yeah, I wasn't confident. I felt maybe 2-1 win, but I just wasn't confident. I was just hoping for it, pretty much, not sure about it, pretty much.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I hear you. I hear you. We have guests waiting in the waiting room, but let me take some comments quickly. I know this is Linger. I know this is Linger. Uh, yeah, and see, the worst Linger is the
Yeah.
Linger you get after a good Liverpool win,
Oh
right?
yeah, there
So
was
she's going off. She said,
yeah.
"Ogo Kwame, you guys stink. You know who it is." Yeah, I know. I know it's you. There's Maguire on TV off, bro.
Oh my god.
Can we actually like acknowledge how bad it is at Manchester United, where we end a game against Arsenal at the Emirates Stadium with a centre back pairing of Johnny Evans
I mean,
and Harry Maguire.
it was like
Like that's
the match
just
was in 2013 or something. It was like,
yeah,
what's going on? Who are these?
yeah,
Are these guys still playing? What's going
yeah. Like anyway, Prince White goes, Kwame, why are you this calm? I don't like this energy. Bro, I don't know if I just posted my match reaction. You know why I'm calm. I'm like, nah, you're not gonna get emotion from me today, Prince AY. Uh, Arsenal went straight into Manchester United today. This might be linger as well. Prince AY goes, oh nah, what's
Onana played well, but I mean,
wow. Anyway, let's bring OK into the stream. Henry, you're gonna be next, but let's hear from OK first. Okay, what's going on, bro?
Hi there. I'm just in the car with my wife and son, so I'll just keep it brief.
Okay.
Well, I think number one, Garnacho wasn't offside. I don't
By the way,
care what
OK is a United fan. For those who don't know, OK is a United fan.
oh,
Go
okay,
ahead.
okay.
Garnacho was not offside. That's the first thing I want to say.
Well,
I think the VAR, the way they didn't number one. I don't think they paused the frame at the correct time the pass was done. Number two, they didn't draw the Garnacho's where he's the most furthest part of his body correctly. If you look at it, where they drew it from, they drew it halfway down his arm. And if you look at it, that part would have been offside. Up his sleeve would have been offside, in my opinion, or would have been closer anyway. But but apart from that, I think just reading the reaction to what Ten Hag said about Sancho, that he dropped him because of poor performance in training.
yeah.
I think it's about time that United stop these big money signings. I've been saying it for a while. You know, United have players. United spent 50 million on Aaron Wan-Bissaka, 75 million on Sancho. The list goes on and on.
80
and
million
on
on
and
Harry
on
Maguire.
80 million on Harry. The list just goes on. And how many of those players, right? And there's an thing about United struggle to offload players because they put these players, because one, they buy them for so much money, way more than they're worth. AWB, 25, 30 million. Sancho, 45, 50 million. Anthony, 35, 50 million. Maguire, 35, 30 million. And United has probably spent close to, with wages, $500 million on those players. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy.
And okay, you know what? You know how they say United has been limited this transfer window because of FFP? It's those signings that are making us pay for the FFP, with the FFP shackles right now. Like, it's because of those slings, those financial slings we've committed in the past few years. Those things are coming to bite us right now.
Might have lost it.
Yeah.
I feel it's just crazy. I feel that I'll probably, you guys will probably come onto it later. See what the future will be. What you guys think the future is for Sancho at United.
Yeah. Okay. I agree. I don't disagree with you, bro. I don't disagree with you. But thank you for coming on. Appreciate it, bro.
Cheers, bro.
All right, peace, bro. Okay, we're gonna add Henry to the stream. Henry, Arsenal fan, what's going on, bro? I can see you. What's going on?
What's up, guys? Thanks for always having me. It's always
of course, man. Of course, it's always a pleasure to have you, except today.
Yeah. But no, you know me. Today, as Ovi said, today was really about like fine margins. On one hand, I liked how Arsenal played. The only few things I didn't like were I still feel like we lacked a little bit sense of urgency. Towards the end of the game, it was 1-1, right? There were certain things they were doing with the ball at the back. And I don't know, Arsenal get into these weird habits where they play segmental halves of football, where they play extremely great first half, and then for some reason, second half, the tempo drops. So we were really lucky to win today. I'm not gonna lie to you. I know we're all celebrating it. We were lucky today. A fully fit Manchester United could have given us a little bit of a problem. Meaning if they had a lot of their players, the outcome could have been different. I mean, you could see easily they were catching us on the counter. Now, are there things, are we equipped to deal with that, better deal with that? Probably yes. But today we didn't really give a good account of ourselves. The only thing we did well is we controlled the game to a certain extent. I like the fact that we went down and we came right back and equalized, something that is becoming a staple of Arsenal, where they lose a goal, they show that resiliency and they bounce back.
You respond quickly,
It's something, but I just, Obviously, now the problem is going forward. The injury to Party is going to be a problem. Today was kind of like a blessing in
But
disguise.
how badly injured he is? Because I saw him on the bench today.
Yeah, we're not sure, but they said he picked up a knock or groin during training. But in a way, I was actually happy, and the reason why I was happy is
International break.
no, no, not because of that. Not just the international break, because we have Pep Lights. Pep Lights, we use him as a right winger instead of
Okay.
in his natural position. I
Yeah.
mean, we saw what today was, right? We went back to the basics of our defense. We saw Saliba and Mangali, like they balled. Do you understand?
Yeah.
We did what we've become used to. I'm not saying there are games where we will need to, tweak things and stuff. There are games we probably would need that, but sometimes Pep Light, aka Arteta, he does this thing where he wants to overthink things. Yes, there are times where you can do this, do all this tinkering, if not even FA Cup, do it in Carabao Cup, do it in all these other phony cups. When it comes to Premier League and Champions League, that's not time for experiment. Use what has worked, right?
Mhm.
Barring any injuries, use what has worked. The last thing I'll have to say, oh God, I don't know. I don't know what Havertz has done to Arteta. I really don't know. The day I'm going to discover, it will probably be like a big revelation. That guy does not deserve to start. He's a good squad player. He will become a better squad player, and I think going down the road, he will be better and he will contribute better for us. But right now,
But
that
Henry, can you not make the argument that Thomas Partey was out today? I mean, who else was going to fit in, was going to fill into that midfield slot? I mean,
did you see who came in for him, and did you see what he was doing when he came in?
I'm just saying.
No, that's the answer. I mean, ask Ovi. Ovi knows.
Yeah, but
Oh,
I think Party not playing is what made Havertz play. There was no way he was going to start Vieira for this game. Vieira was going to come in for that impact.
Yeah, because you guys don't
Yeah.
start Vieira.
There
Vieira
was-
does
for
not
this
start.
game, there's no way they're starting Vieira. So
Yeah.
that one, just forget about that. But
But I don't trust Ovi. You're trusting Ateta too
no,
much.
he said,
You're
I mean,
trusting-
no, because he asked them when they were questioning his tactics, he said, "What did he play against Man City?" He's not going to play that against against. Ben White was struggling with Rashford. You can imagine putting Thomas Partey there. He'll pull two of his hamstrings.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
So there was no way he was going to do that. But his injury just made Kai Havertz play. That's what I believe.
Because we even had other options today, right? Instead of even putting Vieira, you could easily have, because of how, if you notice, what happened today was Declan talked into that permanent 4 position.
Yeah.
Right? So that Declan was protecting Saliba and Mangali, right? And
Yeah.
then it was almost like it would have been, instead of even Havertz, I would easily have even put a Trossard there.
But Trossard didn't play well the last game. So
no, but these are guys that
guy I thought he would have played maybe would have been Jorginho, but I felt it would have played because of the counter-attack effect of Man U. With Rice there, with counter-attack, Rice is pacey enough to cope with that. But with Jorginho, it can be bypassed sometimes. So you don't want that. So I think that's what they were afraid. But that's the only one I would have thought. But I mean, even though I had Partey was injured, I knew Havertz was playing. That was just
that's going to be our downfall. Let me just state it.
I put him back to the bench after the international break.
Yeah, but let me also give you my last point before I leave on that. You know, he Havertz being there, and I don't know Ovi if you've noticed, right? Because we were Arsenal fans. Havertz being there impedes how effective Martinelli can be. If you notice, right, whenever Martinelli has the ball and he receives this ball maybe from Havertz, he seems to always want to take on players. Like there's no 1-2, right? But if you notice when Vieira came on, he had that opportunity, so he became unpredictable compared to when he was just getting along for Havertz. Havertz was not making those runs where they can do those intricate passes.
Okay, I want to give you this statement just for you to ponder before you go. Remember Vieira last season? He just came into a new club, didn't have preseason. Even when he came on, he was struggling. But look at him now. See how confident it takes time sometimes for these players to build their relationship. So now Vieira comes in, not worried about making safe passes. He just wants to help us win the game. It's the same against Fulham. But Havertz is just coming. Havertz is just trying to he's still low on confidence, and you can see it. You can see
one counter.
All I'm going to say as a United fan looking from the outside is this: you're going to get from Havertz as much as we're going to get from Mason Mount. Those Chelsea players, I'm telling you guys right now, those Chelsea players they're not going to come out good.
Yeah, they're a scam. They're a scam.
So
Anyway,
Havertz this time,
It was a
I
scam.
no, but
It's a
that's what
scam.
I said.
think Havertz is a squad player this season.
I agree. That's why I said he's a squad player. He should not be starting these key games.
Yeah,
And,
but
and the last point is you cannot use that the example you just used. You can't use it because Havertz is coming from he's a proven winner in the Premier League,
Yeah.
yes.
right? He's won Champions League. He's won right.
He's not new. He's not a new
but
player.
the press
Vieira is coming from a completely different league.
and it's not a bad club. What I'm not trying to say, sometimes when you come into a new club, even Declan Rice, his first 1 or 2 games, you could see he was playing things safe. But
what are you saying now?
No, what I'm saying is some players build their confidence in 1 or 2 games. Some players.
He's not building anything. Anyways, he's not.
Anyway, thank you, Henry. We're gonna move on, bro. Appreciate it. Always good seeing you, man. All right. Okay. Yeah, man. I on this Havertz matter, I think for Arsenal, I have to be humble in defeat, but I looked at Arsenal today and I was more scared of you guys, last season than I was today.
Yeah.
For some reason, the sharpness that I saw from Odegaard last season, he scored, yes, but the sharpness, you can tell it. Maybe it's because it's still early in the season, it's not there. The sharpness from Bukayo Saka, it's not there. Even from Martinelli, it's not there. So, and that's why, even though I came into this game expecting defeat, there was that little flame of hope. Of course, before you guys killed it, there was that little flame of hope. But a lot of people expect Arsenal to take, that next step because, you finished so well last season. The next logical step would be, well, can you match that performance last season or even kick it up a notch, and possibly compete with Manchester City? That's not going to happen. I don't think that's going to happen. No, I don't think that's going to happen this season. I know it's early days, but I see Liverpool doing that more than Arsenal doing that.
Yeah, but it's still early days. Injuries.
It is still early days.
So many things can still happen. It's still
of course.
Arsenal can get better. So it's still early days.
And for Manchester United today, what can I say? Look, I'm sure I was going to post my match reaction, but the mental weakness is what I noticed in Manchester United today. And even you as an opposition fan, you will agree.
Yeah.
If your team concedes the way we conceded today, you're going to be like, nah.
That feels good now.
Like when you concede 60 to 70 seconds within 60 70 seconds of your first goal, that's nothing but mental weakness. It means you cannot keep it together. That's what it means. When you concede goals in the dying embers, of the game, again, you cannot keep it together. You're almost at the finish line, but you lose it. That used to happen under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer a lot. And I like to keep the same energy. I don't like to sound like a hypocrite. It's still happening under this manager too. And the manager actually talked about it in this press conference about 2 days ago. He said that he's seeing mental weakness in these players. He does not like the attitude in resting defense. He does not like the way the players, especially the offensive players, the way they set themselves in transitional opportunities. So look, I still saw a lot of that today. Yes, we can talk about the injury to Rafa Varane, the injury to Lautaro Martinez and stuff, but bruv, nah. Some things are just more than individuals. Some things are more than individuals. So I don't big up to Arsenal. But me, I'm scared of my team. And this will lead us into our next topic, which will be quick fire predictions on your top 6 and your bottom 3 this season. I know it's still early, it's still very, very early in the season. But we've seen a little bit. At least every team has played 4 games now.
Yeah, most.
And you can see maybe you've not seen the complete picture, but you can see what teams are trying to build in terms of style of football, style of play. So for you, who is the top 6 this season, just from what you've seen so
In
far?
that order, or just the two?
Yeah, in order. Yeah.
Oh, me. I mean, okay. I'll go 6th with Tottenham, 5th Brighton, 4th United, 3rd Liverpool, 2nd Man City, 1st Arsenal.
You think Arsenal's winning the league?
I mean, you've come second, you've come 8th, 5th, second. What else is there? You have to win the league or you go home. What are we doing?
So hold on. So
Yeah.
would you not say that and I'm just trying to understand why you think you're going to win the league ahead of Manchester City this season?
Because I mean, like you said, it's early days.
Uh-huh.
Last season, when we didn't win the league, what were the complaints? Oh, we don't have depth. So once one or two players got injured, the whole team crumbled.
Mm-hmm.
We became predictable towards the end of the season. Everybody at that time knew we've been playing this information for 7-8 months. Everybody knew the formation and everybody knew the players. So this season is trying to try different things.
Mm-hmm.
And I had one. I'm not sure if it's okay or Henry. One of them said, "Oh, try these things in cup games." The issue with that is last season people were complaining, "Oh, we didn't win any cup."
Yeah.
If you try those in the cup game and you lose, you're out.
Then you're out. The same way Tottenham did in the Carabao Cup.
Exactly. If you lose 2 points in September or August, you can still win the league.
Facts.
So the same thing Man City did last season. Ruben Diaz was hardly playing in the beginning. This guy was in and out of the team in the beginning. Their midfielder, Kevin De Bruyne.
Oh, yeah.
But when the crunch time came, we pretty much knew the lineup because at that time they knew what they were doing. So it's crunch time. But so if you want to try anything, this is the time to try.
I see what you're saying.
I know it's painful to see sometimes. It's not as good as you want it to be. But if you want to try something, this is the time.
This is time to do it.
Do it. Lose 1 or 2 points here and there. But once you get into a good, at least then you can know what works with what.
Right.
So because now, if you didn't try some things, you will say, okay, but you can say, oh, Vieira is looking good, but they have to try new some things. It's okay, this is how we can play. We can bring him as an impact player. Oh, Reece Nelson, he came in last season and called, so they're always bringing him in late, no matter how they just because he always has that imp about him that I can do something late.
Yeah.
So you know your squad better, and then you can know who fits better with what. Yes. And if Declan Rice, even though he's a DM, with Zinchenko, Declan Rice favors the left side. He wants to be on the left. So he does. Sometimes Zinchenko will go to the right side of him just so that he's in his comfort spot. Yeah. So, but I mean, ideally, if Partey was there, Partey will come to the right, so it won't be a problem. But I'm just trying to say, so you have to find ways and see who fits with what. Oh, my only issue is that he's played Havertz every game when it doesn't feel like he deserves to start every game. I feel like you should start him some games, bring him off some games, just let him ease him in. Don't rush him in because obviously he's struggling with confidence. So just let him ease into the team. But like I said, nothing has happened now to make me think Arsenal will win or lose the season. It's early days. This is what I want to do. Variety. You cannot do variety when it's crunch time. This is the now to test it out and see how it works and then formulate those ideas for when the time matters. Yeah. So I know it's painful to watch, but this is how Man City do it too. They test some things out in the beginning of the season. They see, okay, who's this new player? Let's look at the last match. Doku started. They probably want to see, okay, how does it fit in here? Next game now, maybe Doku will go back to the bench. 2 days later, they'll bring him on the right. So how does it fit? So they'll try different things, but this is the time to try it. Yeah. Once you get to match, it's cup time. It's trophy time. You don't want to be trying things out there.
That's true. All those things. By the time you start trying things, then it will be too new.
Exactly.
And it might not work.
And you don't want to be a situation where, like last season, where one player gets injured and your whole system goes to crap. Yeah. So you need. So this is. So I know it's painful to watch, but you got to try. You can't wait till FA Cup, and if you do the FA Cup, you lose, then people will still complain. Yeah. Yeah. So, let's take some comments before we move on. Prince White says, I think we're transitioning into control-based football rather than going 100 miles per hour. This style of football would fail the eye test. The gang football on the long run is not sustainable. And Facebook user says, see explanation. I think they're talking about Manchester United. I don't know who that is. If you're commenting from Facebook, just put your name behind your comment. That way we know who you are. And if I need to troll you accordingly, I will do that. Now, my top 6 is, you know what? Let me actually pull it up. I wrote it down. So my top 6: City,
Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea, number 4.
Chelsea.
Manchester, I know. Yeah, yeah. It might sound stupid, but I actually think they'll make top 4.
Okay.
Manchester United, number 5, and Spurs, number 6.
You have
Uh,
Man United number 5.
I have you? Did we not just finish watching the same
Yeah,
game
but
today?
Chelsea cannot go toe to toe with Arsenal the way Man U went with Arsenal. Chelsea is
Obi,
a very
Obi,
bad.
I don't think you guys actually know how bad Manchester United is. Like,
I mean,
look, and I'm not here trying to take a dump on my own team, but we have not made any substantial progress in terms of adding personnel to the team.
I like
So the big changes with goalkeeper, the goalkeeping position, that does not fix our goal scoring problems or our midfield problems, right? Our midfield, we added Mason Mount, bro. We've not seen that man. Mason Mount has amounted to nothing, and he's still on the shelf right now. He's in the hospital.
Yeah.
We added the developmental striker at best as our forward line.
But it looked good today.
So, huh?
It looked good today.
He did. But what does that do? What does that do to solve the goal scoring problems? I don't think it does much. But anyway, I put United as number 5. But remember, this season, number 5 still makes Champions League football.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
So yeah, I think we still make Champions League football. And for relegation, I think Burnley goes back. Burnley is going back. Nottingham Forest, I know they played well. I know they beat Chelsea, but I think they're going back as well. And Luton will go back. Will go down as well.
Yeah, but Nottingham Forest was there last season. I think they're not good enough to stay one.
I don't think they're good enough. I don't think they're good enough. Last season, I mean, yeah, they survived. I think it was lucky. But this season, I don't.
I'm almost tempted to say the 3 that came up are going down, but I feel
so for you, Burnley, Sheffield, and Luton.
Yeah, but I feel like one of them will escape. I don't know which.
I think one of them will escape, and I think that will be Sheffield.
Burnley or Sheffield, definitely not Luton.
Not Luton, no, not. Yeah. not Luton at all.
Burnley or Sheffield, one of them will escape. I feel.
Not Luton at all. The person was laughing at AY's explanation. He's a pro Havertz man. I don't know. Anyway, let's talk about the, I think, best and worst transfer window in best and worst transfer window. Who won the transfer window for you?
It's like in some seasons you can say, oh, this team won. I can't really say that. There was no real clear winner for me this season. Arsenal started well, but it seemed like we didn't finish well because of the injury to Timber. So I can't really say Arsenal.
Okay, so who lost it? Who lost it? Who had the worst transfer window for you then? I
mean, for me, the worst, I'll say Chelsea, because I feel like they're buying players that they already have. Like why you buy Cole Palmer when you have Noni Madueke, you have Chukwuemeka? They're all young attacking midfielders, no strike. How can you spend 1 billion and you've not bought one serious striker? Then what are you buying? I don't understand.
Honestly, I was talking to one of my friends from school, and he's a Chelsea fan, and I kept asking him, who is the goal scorer?
Yeah, there's no
who is the goal scorer in that team. You can't tell me it's Nicholas Jackson, because he's not a goal scorer. He's not going to get you goals.
Yeah,
I think that depending on goals being contributed from several parts of the field, so Sterling, Modric, Enzo, all these people contributing. It's not coming from all over the field. No.
It's not. Sterling has been their best player this season so far,
and it's not. And Sterling has not even been that good.
Yes, but he's been the best.
But he's been their best.
Yes, because they don't. I mean, the only guy. I mean, Okuku was a top player, but he's injured. And Okuku is not a striker per se. He can play there, but I mean, he's more of a wide forward or attacking forward.
Exactly.
So I mean, I don't think why are you spending all this money? You couldn't buy one striker. That's what I got. I mean, one serious. I know they bought Jackson, but I mean, that's not enough now.
I agree.
So that's why I feel like they're the worst. Instead of like they're good, instead of the ones that are good, I would say maybe a team like Brighton, because the kind of money they made. I mean,
listen, I think Brighton won the transfer window.
Yeah, I think Brighton. That's the only thing I can say. I can say, but I feel Arsenal must have good season, good windows. But I feel overall, you have to say Brighton won it.
You have to look, because a transfer window. I think the outgoings are just as important as the incoming.
Yes.
And Arsenal, did you guys sell well? What did you
Not
sell
two,
a lot
not
of?
two players, two serious players. I don't. They we
You
sold out.
know,
Um,
I
Balogun. That's all.
exactly.
Money.
So
The rest were 5 million, 10 million, 5 million, 2 million.
exactly, and the same Manchester United is even worse. Like we didn't even, bro. Let's not even talk about the outgoings of Manchester United. Like there's some players that should have gone that even played today's match. So, but yeah, I think in terms of outgoings versus incoming, I think the winners of the transfer window are Manchester City and Brighton.
Yeah,
Man City replaced in every position they lost, they replaced with somebody of equal or better value.
Somebody younger too.
Yeah, exactly.
Man City, I feel Arsenal was good because Declan Rice was a good signing.
Absolutely.
Before the Timber injury, I'll put Arsenal at par, but that Timber injury is a big injury for us.
And he was looking really good too before he got injured.
Yeah, I'm not so, but overall, I still feel they had a good season, but a good transfer window. But with Timber, that would have been a top-notch window.
Yeah. Let me see what AY says. AY says Chelsea won the transfer window transfer-wise, but would that translate into on-field performance? Let's wait and see. Else, it's City. They refreshed and upgraded for a place of strength. Prince AY, I don't think we need to wait and see. We don't need to wait and see with Chelsea, bro. Nah, those man lost it. I'm sorry. Because I don't. Again, this is what I don't. I'm not sure how much Pochettino had a hand in the transfers that they brought in this season. It looks like Chelsea is just building a team of young players all over the field, and it looks like their strategy is that, okay, we're going to bring in all these players. They're very, very young players. We're going to put them on death row contracts, 8, 9, 10-year contracts, right? If they turn out good, great. If they don't, we're just going to sell them off. So yeah, that's a good business decision. That, in that player's still young, might still have some value. And you can sell this player on, but what does that do to on-field performance? I don't. And you're buying players that, in terms of attacking players, they're all wide forwards.
Yeah,
they're all wide forwards. Like you can't say this one is a reliable winger. His job is to just put chalk on his boots, deliver the ball into the box.
That's why
this guy's a number 9, is a goal scoring specialist. No, all of them are wide forwards. Every single one of them.
And all that.
That's it. That's all. All of them are that forwards that they want to cut inside and shoot. That's all. And and then you sprinkle a few midfielders and defenders there. I don't know what the project is. I don't know what Pochettino's vision is.
What I'll say about, I know people criticize Arsenal, Man U for not selling players well. The thing that I always tell my friends, it's hard to sell what you don't want.
That is true.
So Man U is even better. Arsenal is bad. Arsenal, because they will just want, they don't want you, they just pack you to the side. Man U will still play you. Maguire will still play you.
Like Pepe and Kieran Tierney.
Pepe, they'll just put you to the side, and that's the end of that. So it's hard to not sell that kind of player.
Yeah.
So, but Chelsea, the way they operate is you just want to buy young players, and then they'll sell. The thing is, people always praise them for selling for good money, but the problem is they sell for good money because they have them on good contracts, one, and then when the amount doesn't meet it, they'll say no because they still have the contract. But the thing is, they have players that don't end up going, that will stay for a long time, and they will sell, but nobody talks about those players.
Yeah.
Like Bakayoko was there, Baba Rahman, they were there.
That's true.
They were just there chilling, collecting money, but nobody's hailing them about the other players that they're selling. But they have players that they're not selling that are just there.
Yeah.
That's one thing you have to remember about Chelsea. But they don't seem to, they're not in the space of Arsenal and Man U where they're trying to make top 4, win the league. They are just in a space of, let's just buy players and sell them a profit if you can. If not, will and deal again. That's all.
Just before we go to comments and before we hit the last point for the show, how many months do you give Pochettino? How many seasons do you give him?
Yeah, I told people earlier, I said the problem with Chelsea is that they don't have the patience that a club like Arsenal will have. When we got Arteta at the beginning, there were growing pains. He didn't have his players. We lost some. Fine, but we knew that this was what we were getting. But with Chelsea, they don't have that kind of patience because the fans are going to get the fans are used to what has happened in the last 20 years. They are not used to what happened before that. So they only know, most of them know only Abramovich. And for them, if if they don't start winning, they're going to get on his back. And the club want to appease the fans and they will let him go. So they don't have patience. I feel like someone like Potter, yes, he was not looking too good, but if you get the man...
I think they were too impatient with Potter, but...
Yeah, that was like, if you give him some time, I mean, you cannot tell somebody that, I signed a 5-year contract, buy all the players you want, and then 3 months later you're firing the person. Then what's the use of that? So that's where I feel Chelsea that they won't have the only way Chelsea can do well is if a new coach comes in and does well from the beginning.
Yeah.
Because they don't have the patience to wait
they don't.
for things to materialize and all that. And if you're not letting the manager choose his players, that's even worse. Because you can't just buy players, give it to the manager, feed them in somehow. That's recipe for disaster.
Yeah, I agree. I think Poch will be gone before the end of next season.
I won't be surprised because
I won't be surprised.
Games, they will let him go. Just as simple as that. If you go out one of the 2 of the cup games now and you lose and you keep going and you're mid-table in the league, they will just let you go.
Yeah. We say why man said we don't need to wait and see. I mean, yeah, it's true. We don't need to wait and see. I mean, they lost it. Kwame, you have a point. It sounds like they are stockpiling players for future sales. That's true. Yeah,
that's what.
There's no metric to why this or that player was signed. I agree.
It's just he's young and it can be what point.
He's young. He's good. Yeah, bring him. Yeah,
that's it.
On a lighter note, you seem stressed, Kwame. I beg, smile, my brother. Let me tell you something. Smiles are far away from my face right now. Thank God tomorrow is a holiday. I'll sleep my pain away. But let's go to Kudos and Donkey of the Week. Tell us, Ovi, who gets your kudos, and in the comments, Prince Ewa and the rest of you guys, just tell us who your kudos are and who your donkeys for the week.
I mean, for me, Kudos. I wasn't sure about this, but until like a few minutes ago, of course, I have to go with. I was just Arteta because he's the leader of Arsenal in terms of on the football side. It's pressure for him. I felt after drawing the last game, everybody's complaining about tactics, everybody's questioning everything about, and he doesn't have the goodwill yet of Pep. Pep has won so many trophies that if Pep wants to play Diaz as striker, nobody will complain.
Nobody will complain.
Is that? But I think I've not won those trophies enough yet to start to be in that place. So everybody's questioning everything he's doing. Apparently, when it's not pleasing, it's not fluid, it's not exciting, it's not 5-0. So I can understand the pressure he's under. So good win for him. Some wins, there are wins and there are wins. There are wins that feel better. And this win, at the time is coming, 2-week break, everybody's going to marinate on it. The whole camp is going to be buzzing. Everybody's going to be excited. So it can just help us
it's a good
galvanize everybody, keep everybody calm. No, we want to good things. Let's just keep our heads. So we can stay there. So I'll give like I said, kudos to him because it's a very difficult job right now.
Yeah.
Season he came into the season, nobody was expecting anything. We're expecting top 4, 3rd or 4th. So this is different. Everybody's comparing to Man City. If Man City win, you don't win, they complain. If Man City win 5-0, you win 2-0, they complain. So you just have to understand the kind of pressure they're under. So I'm just asking for Donkey of the, like I said, it's the whole Chelsea enterprise. I'm not sure who's making decisions. I don't know if it's the bully. I don't know if it's the director of football. They got a director of football from Red Bull Group. After a few months, they let him go. So I'm just confused. I don't know who's
making a mess.
I'm like, how do you spend all the money you spent this summer and you're buying 21 teenagers? What is going on? Who's going to play?
Yeah.
The money you used to spend on the other midfielder they bought. What's his name?
Caicedo.
No, the second one.
Enzo.
No, the one that Lavia and Cole Palmer. The 2 money together, that's already 100 million. You can buy a top striker for 100 million.
Yeah. And you know what's crazy? I still wonder why they did not go and just get an out number 9.
Yes.
Juventus wanted Lukaku plus 40 million for Vlahovic. We should have just spent that money.
That's a better deal than buying Cole Palmer.
Absolutely.
Do what?
Because Lukaku was 0 for them.
If you're not going to the ring to get Lukaku, then you go and buy somebody. Just go and buy Vlahovic. Buy anybody. Maybe they want to buy Tony in general. I don't know, but by then it might be too late.
Yeah.
So I just understand why they don't want to buy strikers. Like you have all the money, right? So buy strikers.
Yeah. Let me take some comments over here. Toby says, "Okay, Kwame, I just got here. I haven't heard your rant. Can you please rant again? I'm sorry, you're not gonna get it. Nah, you came too late, bro. Toby just wants to see me. This is how you know enemies of progress. Eh? This is how you know people that don't like you. Toby, don't worry. Donkey, Jackson, Kudos, Declan Rice. Yeah, I hear that.
Jackson is not that bad. I mean, he's not the cleanest of players, but
Yeah, I mean, is it because of that? Is it because he missed that chance, Jackson? Come on, man.
People miss
Yeah. People are being too harsh on Jackson. Yeah. Kudos, Prince White goals, Kudos, Evan Ferguson and Brighton. That is true. That hat trick. Yeah. Bombastic side eye on whoever is going to sign that boy, Manchester United. Donkey is Newcastle, no explanation needed. You know, I actually think people are also being very harsh on Newcastle as well. This season, they're 4 games into the season. They've already played Manchester City, they've played Liverpool, and they've played Brighton. Was it Brighton or who? Yeah,
they lost to Brighton.
That's a tough start. So I think that's a harsh judgment.
But there was something Ateta said when they were questioning about tactics, and it was like, in life, if you don't move forward, you move backwards. You don't stay. So I feel like Newcastle, they have underwhelmed me in transfer. They've not bought, like they bought Tutorali, fine player, fine, sure. But you are supposed to be the richest club now, right? You have all this money.
But
there's fair play, but I mean, come on now. It's Newcastle.
Yeah, but Ovi, like I feel like people put too much expectation on Newcastle. They're achieving what they're supposed to achieve. They're on their level.
But they overachieved last season.
Yeah, they did. They overachieved massively last season. Fine. This season they'll probably finish like number 8, and that's fine.
Yeah, but now that you've overachieved, I feel like they need to push up a little bit more. So I feel like they've not really done anything to change. They're still playing the same way. They just added 1 or 2 players. So teams know what to expect. And I mean, look at Brighton. You never know what you're going to get with Brighton. You never know who's going to start. If they're forward line, some games they'll start Welbeck, some games they'll start Ferguson, some games they'll start Joe Pedro, some games they'll...
Yeah, that's
true. What you're going to get. So play Cisco some games, and Cisco and somebody else. You don't know what's going on. They're always changing. They're always evolving. I mean, there's some key cornerstone players like Stupid now. Okay, fine, he's going to play.
Yeah.
Probably a match.
He's dunk, you know.
Play that, but you have like 3, 4, 5 players that are core, but the rest of them, they're always changing based on the tactics and based on the opposition. Yeah. So Newcastle, I feel like they just play the same way every time.
Yeah. So, I agree. I don't disagree with that. Yeah. Prince White, there's no point calling Chelsea donkey of the week when they have been donkey since last season. That's a great point. My own kudos of the week. I mean, even though I picked them for relegation, I have to give it to Nottingham Forest. Actually, not just Nottingham Forest. Specifically Awoniyi and Elanga. You know, they caused Chelsea a lot of problems in that defense. Donkey of the week. Come on, man. I have to give it to my team. Come on now. Okay. And it's not again, it's not just like, it's just the mentality. You don't concede 60 seconds after you score a goal. You don't do that. Like they teach when you're learning football, that's what they teach. They teach you that concentration. They teach you all that. So anyway,
are you concerned about the sale of the club?
It's not happening anymore. They've taken it off the market. So
about that, or you're okay, or just fine,
bro. I cannot formulate an opinion right now on it. I mean, of course, I don't like it. I mean, these guys have taken us for a ride for 1 year, 1 whole year, and now they're telling us, "Oh, just kidding, we're not selling anymore." Really? But you know, my rant on that one, it will come at a later time. At this point, I just need to digest this big bowl of ale that was served to me today, and yeah, it's a tough time to go on international break. I'm going to be avoiding any football content. Anybody that calls me or text messages me trying to troll me, you're getting blocked, and you're going to get unblocked in 2 weeks. But other than that, it is what it is. Congratulations, Arsenal fans. But yeah, thank you guys again for joining us on another podcast. Prince White, Toby, Linger, everybody else, appreciate you for joining us in the comments. We will come at you again next weekend. Ayo, I know you picked me to do this one on purpose. So yeah, you're going to pay for this. Anyway, thank you for joining us, Ovi, man. See you next time, bro.
Good to
all right.
Bye.
See you guys later. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.